Black Lives Matter demands that people give up their homes and give them to black people instead. A little slideshow of clips from the Seattle protests, where left-wing mobs, left-wing activists, people belonging to BLM and groups like ANTIFA are demanding that white people give up their homes and, I don't know, live on the street.
Your mom's so slow. If your name's Tucker or Judd, whichever one it is, give up your house, give black people back their home. Thank you. You're sitting there comfortable as fuck, as if you didn't help gentrify this neighborhood. I used to live in this neighborhood.
So they're making demands, they're saying, give us your home, how dare you be comfortable, how dare you pay your bills. The entitlement mentality of these people is incredible. And this really exposes the true face of Black Lives Matter. You see, the organization known as BLM, it's not about justice, it's not about anything that's actually good. They're just spoiled little entitled brats who want to steal what you have. In other words, just give them your house, bruh.
I used to live in this neighborhood. I grew up here and my family was pushed out. And you're sitting up there having a good time with your other white friends.
So you can see that this is all racially motivated. They're yelling at this family and these group of people because they're white. You see, BLM is not about justice. It's certainly not about equality. They're targeting these white citizens who go to work just like everybody else. And you know what? You know what the worst part is? You know that these left-wing losers and hippies don't have jobs.
For Amazon, don't you? Hey, you work for Amazon. Hey, you work for Amazon, don't you? You work for Amazon, don't you? Because the majority of people that live in the Central District now work for Amazon because it's an easier commute to downtown for them.
How dare people have jobs and contribute to society? And there you have it. You see, these BLM people and these Antifa members, these left-wing activists, they're yelling at people for living in a neighborhood. How do I put this, folks? Maybe if you guys had jobs, you could live in this neighborhood too. It's easy. Write a resume and apply. You lazy scumbags. Now, one of their main complaints is gentrification, which is the stupidest concept to me. I'll let them explain a little bit before I chime in.
Neighborhood was predominantly black. If you look around it right now, what do you see? What do you see? A bunch of white people, right? How does a bunch of white people live in a predominantly black neighborhood? It's called gentrification. See, Ike's and all those guys participated in it. See, Bezos and those guys participated in it too. They thought, oh look, we're gonna go out for these people cash for their house, even though we know it's way less than what it's really worth. And they're gonna take it because it's cash, right there.
So, let me get this straight. He's complaining that white people are moving into black neighborhoods. First of all, why is that a bad thing? You know, Martin Luther King had a dream, and that dream was that white and black people could live in harmony at the same table. What they're basically implying is that they don't want white people to live in their neighborhood. And I can't imagine why. You see, what is gentrification? Gentrification is the idea that people with money move into a neighborhood and they spend that money and they make the neighborhood better. They pay taxes. The neighborhood becomes more prosperous. Property values go up. That's a good thing. That means your neighborhood is becoming a better place. But these BLM members, they say that it's a bad thing because, I don't know, they're too poor. It's called getting a job. It's called getting an education. It's called working hard. So you can also enjoy the rising property values. And then he complains about a cap. He literally complains that black people are taking money and selling these houses to white people. What? It's called capitalism. It's voluntary. Nobody forced them to give up their homes. This is nothing but left-wing insanity. Because the truth is, a lot of these people are not only left-wing woke activists who are absolutely crazy. A lot of these people are just criminals and people who defend criminals. Oh, Mr. Obvious, you're crazy. I'm a Democrat and a liberal. I'm based and soy-pilled. You're exaggerating. There's no way that these enlightened liberals could possibly be like this. Oh yeah? Are you sure?
Hey, who do we protect? You said black criminals. Who do we protect? Black criminals. Who do we protect? Black criminals. Who do we protect? Black criminals.
Now, one of the things that always amazes me is the white people who march in these, and this is why I just really, really dislike the left and these left-wing liberal types, because they're literally marching with BLM. Hypothetically speaking, let's say that BLM won their little war. They stole all the wealth from the white people, and, they got their way. Well, they're going to turn on their allies next, and I guarantee this will happen because it is a tale as old as time. If you're an ally and you side with someone who wants to hurt the people you represent, you're next, buddy. Okay. You've got to be a useful idiot or a fool to think otherwise, because these people don't believe in equality. They simply think that if you're white, you're rich and wealthy and you have everything and they want it. Oh, and they want it bad and they're going to take it from you. Like, folks, that's nothing but a thief. Cringe.
Has a lot of reparations to black and brown communities and indigenous communities to fucking pay for. On the county level, a city level, and a state level. Period. This city owes us. We don't owe the city owes us.
And you can see the entitlement, the mentality of, give me money. Just give me money. I want reparations, even though my family personally never went through anything, any oppression whatsoever. This young black American male was born in America, okay? If you're poor, it's because you didn't go to school and didn't get a job. You got it? You're responsible for the repercussions of your own life. Stop blaming society for all of your problems. And let's talk a little bit about reparations, because there's a lot of talk about it, but nobody wants to talk about how much it would actually cost. Never mind that it's completely and utterly stupid. Let me make this clear. Nobody owes you anything whatsoever. In fact, you probably owe the world more because the BLM and left-wing activists and Antifa have been going around and burning down cities, rioting, looting, stealing, and being a nuisance. Okay, so why don't you pay back all the property damage before we even have the single discussion about reparations? And you know what? How much would that actually cost? Well, let's find out. So here on CNBC, you can see support for a program to pay for reparations to descendants of slaves, which I think is stupid, is gaining momentum, but could come with a $12 trillion price tag. Oh, $12 trillion, you say? What's the GDP of America? Well, the GDP of America is $20 trillion as of 2018. In other words, they want most of this GDP, all the money that America generates in 1 year. Never mind the immense cost. Never mind the immense inflation, which would make the dollar worthless. Where are you going to find that money? If you print it, you get inflation. If you take it from the taxpayers, then all of our programs will collapse, including welfare, social services, food stamps, things that I don't even support because they're going to people who, in my opinion, are a drain on society. Why should I have to pay for others? It's that simple. Oh, but $12 trillion isn't enough. They want it all. They want all of America's money. All of your money.
50 million miles and give you guys an inch. No, we're not taking that no more. We want it all. We want everything that we supposed to have, period. And then some, too. Because everything we supposed to have ain't enough. It damn sure ain't enough. Not for all the years that we didn't have to suffer. It damn sure ain't enough. You feel what I'm saying? So, like...
You don't deserve anything. You are nobody. Nothing. Because you choose to be. You choose to not bring anything of value into this world. You're not a producer, you're a consumer. And not even a consumer, you're just a leech.
The guy you work for is part of the fucking problem, too. So, let's not act like you just are oblivious to the shit because you knew about it all along. And you were okay with it. But guess what? We're not. And we're bringing it to your front fucking door. So what the fuck do you plan to do about it?
Guy in the windows calling the cops.
I don't care.
The cops, and now we're turning the lights off because we called you a gentrifier. No!
This is why I think that not everyone should vote. Clearly, some people are literally too stupid to be trusted with such an important responsibility.
Look at all those people fighting for justice. justice.
Fighting for justice.
Did it, Patrick! We saved the city!
Funny as fuck, huh? Just funny as
But you
fuck.
guys were up there having a good old time just a second ago when the drums and everything else was going. But now that the heat's on you, you can't take it. Well, guess what? Get the fuck out the kitchen and move out. Yes. Yeah. Get the fuck out the kitchen and move out. And get it back to black
Back to
people.
Connecticut.
Get it.
I agree. Actually, move out. Leave. Let their community crumble. It's what they deserve. If they hate all of these white people for trying to live in their community and actually be productive members of society, then leave. They can have their little utopia. They might not like what it turns into. A dump.
It's a new one too.
We can't have a functional society because of people like this. Imagine if these people were in charge. Can you imagine the nightmare it would be? These people have no idea how the world actually works. They don't understand. They're children mentally and spiritually and emotionally. And, you know, they're just harassing residents. Look, folks, if you're out there, this is what the Democrats represent. I would never want to live in this neighborhood or among these people. And, you know, a lot of this is just a remnant of CHOP, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone in Seattle. But there you have it, folks. It's an absolute nightmare out there as a bunch of these morons are running around causing a problem. And a lot of this is from the CHOP zone, which is being reclaimed by the government and the police. But, you know, Seattle's a mess. It's becoming a war zone. It's becoming a despicable, unlivable place. And I don't know about you, but this is what the Democrats represent. BLM harassing residents in their homes. But you know what, my friends? That's pretty much the story. I hope all of these people get exactly what's coming to them. Prison sentences and arrests. But you know what, my friends? That's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? Let me know down below in the comment section. As always, if you want to support the content, you can join me on Patreon or Subscribestar. I also have a merch store if you're interested. Check it out, maybe buy a shirt. And lastly, please share this content. What do you want to watch on YouTube and BitChute? You want to watch CNN? You want to watch the mainstream media? Or do you want the real stuff? Share the video. Anyhow, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.